Imagine a river flowing steadily, carrying with it the debris of past wounds and traumas. In our journey of healing, we face a crucial choice. Do we allow these remnants to settle and fester beneath the surface? Or do we courageously confront them when they resurface as triggers, honoring the work that we've already done and embracing the opportunity for deeper healing? If this finds you interested and you want to dive into understanding more about healing and how you can experience deeper healing, continue to watch this video because we're going to get into it. Let's go. Welcome to Empress Expressions. My name is Amber and I'm the Empress here, and I welcome you if you're returning or if you're new. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are talking about healing. We're talking about specifically deeper healing versus ignoring, right? What first came to mind when I received the download for this content was like bypassing, right? It was this idea of when you've done the work on something, when you've done the work on a particular wound or a particular trigger, something that you've, addressed in the past, and that, certain things needed to be taken care of and tended to, right? When you've done that, what is it? How do you bypass? Should you bypass? Should you dig deeper into it and heal it? And so that's where I came up with deeper healing versus bypassing versus ignoring. So that's what we're talking about today. And excuse me because allergies are popping here in Austin, Texas, and I'm still new here. Anyway, so first is consequences of ignoring. Ignoring past wounds can lead to unresolved emotional baggage that resurfaces in unexpected ways, affecting our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. So when you ignore, right, you're pretty much, I feel like in so many ways, just doing yourself a disservice, right? And I'll have to do another piece of content. I'll do another video on, I do believe though that when you've already addressed a thing, there's no reason to continuously go back and address it over and over and over and over and over again, right? You do have the power, you do have the choice where at some point in time you can be like, you know what? I've dealt with this already. I've already tended to this. I've already addressed this. I've already put the healing ointment on this. It's time for me to move on and, put my energy into what it is that I've already healed. I put it into this new version of who I am, right? I don't have to keep reliving the trauma. I don't have to keep reliving the wound, right? I do believe in that. I do believe that. But in this particular video, I want to talk about this consequence of, or the consequences, because there could be many, of ignoring. You are now, needing to understand that affects your mental, that affects your physical body, your spirit body, right? It affects your emotional body, because 9 times out of 10, if you're ignoring something, it's because you've been triggered. Because if you haven't been triggered, then there's nothing to ignore, right? So number 2, we're going to talk about acknowledging triggers. But if something is steady bothering you, for this particular piece of content, you need to dig into that. There's still something there. There's still some type of deep healing that you have available to you, right? And ignoring that is you really shorting yourself, right? Shorting yourself from having a deeper, more intimate healing and relationship with yourself. So number 2, acknowledging triggers. So acknowledging triggers allows us to respond consciously and compassionately to our emotional reactions rather than reacting impulsively or defensively. So when you have a trigger, and this is one of the things that I I practice this in my everyday life. I used to be one, it's been several years now, but I used to be one that I was not one, I didn't want to be triggered. I tried to avoid triggers, and this was before I was even aware that I was being triggered. I just subconsciously just tried to deflect those types of things off of me. I tried to point the finger, this person needs to change, that person needs to change. It's not me. It's them, it's them, it's them. Not wanting to actually do the inner work, right? Not really wanting to face what that trigger was actually showing me. Not wanting to face that in that particular relationship, that person was reflecting something back to me. They were triggering something in me that I needed to heal, that I needed to address, that I needed to be made aware of. And now I will say that I'm dedicated to it. Like, and when I notice a trigger, after processing it and getting through it, I am genuinely grateful for it, because acknowledging it has really allowed me to build this relationship with myself, right? Internally, externally. And it's this relationship of true, genuine compassion, authentic compassion that I get to give myself, right? Compassion. And I get to do it with decision and with conviction and with consciousness. I get to show up for myself in ways that I want to see people show up for me outside of me. And I feel like it's been a game changer in my life. The way that people show up for me, the way that I'm able to show up for people, because I genuinely can relate. I genuinely can show, and I can show compassion. I can give compassion to others, because when you're triggered, it's not always a pretty thing. It is not always this feel good thing. And, oh, I'm just so grateful for the trigger. Sometimes you are lit. You hear what I'm saying? Like, you are mad. You are ready to fight. You may be ready to say anything. It doesn't matter. Like, you may be out for blood when you're triggered sometimes. So to have that compassion, even in those moments, even when you are pissed off, to be able to give yourself compassion is powerful, powerful. And matter of fact, I'm gonna take a note. I just received a download for another piece of content. So to create that relationship within yourself, is what is going to really build a solid foundation for you to be able to attract that from others outside of yourself. Because when you can create that type of intimacy with yourself, when you can give yourself compassion in the midst of losing your shit, or in the midst of feeling like everything and everyone is against you, or nobody's understanding you, or you feel like you have the best idea or the right way or the best concept or whatever it is, right? Or how dare that person do that, or my pride is hurt, my ego is shaken, like whatever it is that is a trigger for you. But to be able to have that compassion for yourself, and I'm not talking about nobody and nothing outside of yourself, to have compassion for yourself, okay? I'm gonna say it again, to have compassion for yourself, to choose to have compassion, give yourself compassion, cultivates a relationship inside of yourself that is like nothing else, right? So I would say that that is also, that's a benefit, right, of acknowledging your triggers and not ignoring things that come up that don't feel good. Number 3, embracing healing opportunities. So viewing triggers as opportunities for deeper healing enables us to address underlying wounds with self-compassion and understanding again. So like I was saying when I was speaking on point 1, when these things come up again, it's like that river that I was speaking about. When these remnants of wounds and traumas from the past show up, because they're going to. They're going to. We signed up for it. We signed up for this in this particular existence, within this particular dimension, on this planet. We signed up for this. And if you're here, I commend you because you're clearly doing the work. You're clearly tapped in, seeking guidance, wanting to understand how to be better, how to shift your world, shift your reality. So I commend you. But when those things come up, once the trigger is subsided and you're now in it and you're realizing that, wow, I need more healing in this. My soul is asking and requiring me to go deeper, right? My soul is asking me to put healing ointment on a deeper part of myself, to show compassion to a deeper part of myself. That's where the opportunity for deep healing shows up. When these things that you swear up and down you have already taken care of, abandonment, rejection, limiting beliefs, scarce mentality, all the things that show up for us as humans in this life, you swear up and down that you have done the work. It's like, I've been working at this for years. I've been at this for 2, 3, 5 years. I should be done with this. Like I'm an expert at this part of healing of myself, right? And it shows up again. But one of the things that you realize is maybe this time it doesn't show up as intense as it did before, or it shows up differently. That's just another layer. It's like an onion. It's just another layer for you to go a little bit deeper into yourself. Because if you truly understand, is that we're here to remember who we are and just how powerful we are, and that we are expressions of the divine. We are children of God. We are expressions of the universe. We can do any and everything that we want to. We can have what we want, but a lot of why we don't feel that way and don't get to experience those things is because we won't do the deeper healing on ourselves. So know that when you get triggered, and it's a trigger from some shit that you swear you've dealt with before, remember that that's coming up because on a soul level, you truly desire to have deeper healing for that, because there are places that you want to go. There are things that you want to have. There are people that you want to encounter, right? And in order to have those things, you've got to have a little bit of deeper healing that has taken place so that you can take care of those things when they show up, so that you can see them when they show up, so that you can truly feel them when they show up. Okay? It's all to prepare you for all the things that you say that you want. Even the things you put into the vortex 10 years ago. The things that your soul put into the vortex, right? Going back to the 2 points of attraction, you have your higher self, you have your source self, your divine self, and that's one point of attraction. And then you have your temporal self, your fleeting self. That's your human body. That's you right here, right now in the flesh. And there are desires that are coming from both, and there's points of attraction for both. So this is all a part of the plan in so many ways to get you where it is that you want to go, which ultimately, yes, there's the desires and the things that you want, the relationships and the money and the experiences and all the beautiful things of this planet, right? But then there is also your soul's mission. And one of those is to remember. So that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this content because I really enjoyed talking about it. You know, being a content creator on spirituality and self-development and self-improvement and self-love and esoteric content and just all the things that I talk about here, I just as much as you. I do the work, you know? And so to talk about this is just, I feel it to be so beautiful to be able to share this stuff with you all, because spirit and myself holds me accountable to all of what I speak on. And I don't bypass it. And so I just want to let you know that for those of you that are taking the notes and really receiving what I have to say, you're not doing this alone, okay? And like I said, I don't talk about nothing that I haven't experienced. I've been in the trenches of this stuff, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I speak on and what I say. It's because I've been here, and I will continue to go here and come out of it, and go there and come out of it, because that's what I'm here to do. So I just want to let you know that you're not alone. And if you do need support, I am a soul wisdom coach. I do specifically tailor my services to women that are wanting to learn to respect their inner masculine and honor their inner masculine, remembering how to feel back into their body and into their emotions, wanting to design a life that feels amazing to them. That's what I do as a soul wisdom coach. And so if you feel like that's something that you want to tap into, feel free. I have information down in the comments below, the description box below. I'm in the process of changing some things up with websites and links and stuff like that. So there is the option for a discovery call for right now. And really that's all you need at this moment, is to link up with me in a discovery call. And from there, we will figure out what it is that, what kind of plan of action needs to be taken moving forward. So I appreciate y'all being here, vibing out with me and my energy and my allergies. I feel like I'm talking in my head or my nose, but I'm so grateful to be here and to share this information with you. And yeah, if you want to reach out to me, my email is down in the description box below. In the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself and give yourself plenty compassion, cultivate that relationship inside, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.